Hello, friend. It's Mark out on the back 40. It is early November out here on the west side of Michigan. And in this episode, I thought that I would just kind of give you an update on the food plots. Let's talk about how things are growing in the food plots, the screening that's in the food plots, and just a little bit of my impressions and thoughts after hunting a couple of times so far this year. No, I'm not out deep on the property right now. Yep, we got a nice blind right here, but yeah, the house is right there. But it's a great blind. It works really well. So on the other side of the blind, here's what the blind is kind of looking at. It's out here. It's kind of a new blind. Actually, what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to do a series on this blind right here, probably over the next year, because I'm going to develop everything out here for this blind based on everything I have learned and shared with you over the last few years on this channel. I want to make this a spot where we draw deer in here because, I'll say for two reasons. Number one is because it will allow us to get in and out of this blind and never really spook deer. Deer they're always used to us being up here around the house, like they're used to the sounds and the smells and the activity, so that doesn't bother them. But then, get a nice screen going right here. We'll be able to get in and out of that blind easily and then never really have to penetrate the property very much to hunt. So if we can pull them up here, and we'll do that. Anyways, so and the second reason is, I'm almost 60 years old. As you age, you're just not as mobile. You need to be safe, and you need to think about the future. And so that's thinking about the future right there. So the future is for me as an old man, but it's also as my grandchildren, who are right now 2.5 years old. 5 years from now, they're going to be, God willing, fidgeting around in the blind with me. And it's a great way for them when they get bored, just go back up and see grandma. So, okay, you don't care about that. Anyways, I'm just saying we're going to work on that blind and everything around here. So I'm not out on the property very far right now. I just showed you where I am. So, but this is a kind of a weak food plot right here. It needs a lot of work, but I can have conversations here about it because I'm not spooking deer right here. I mean, they do bed right over in here, but they're used to hearing the sound up here, so I'm not concerned about it. And I am going out hunting in about an hour. It's 12:40 right now, and I want to be out there by 2. So what my observation has been is that it's been a little bit warmer, I think, than normal fall. You can see I'm out here in a t-shirt right now. It's 50 degrees. I can handle it. But normally we would be, gosh, in the 30s kind of thing. So it has been a little warmer, but the food plots, maybe because of that, are doing really well. Like I look through here and there's clover everywhere. The clover's doing really well. I mean, the deer, I just cannot believe how hard the deer hit these food plots. And it's not just one of them. Like I hunt around different spots on the property, all the different blinds, and they're in all the different food plots. There's deer in every food plot almost all the time. I mean, I went and sat in one. I got into the darn blind at 2 o'clock because I thought I was going to be plenty early, and there's already a nice buck in one lane and an okay buck in another lane, and they're out there just mowing down in the middle of the day in these food plots, which brings me kind of to my second point that I've been working on is the structure in the food plots. So if you've been following the channel, you know that I have put sorghum in the food plots to get height. And for a couple of years, I've been trying to get height between sorghum or Sudan grass or corn or something, and then kind of mow shooting lanes / trails and try and get the more mature bucks here in the high pressure area that I live in to get out in the daytime and move in those lanes. And it seems like it's working. Now, I can't say that if I didn't have that structure in there, they still wouldn't be out there. I don't know how to do that test. I don't know how to control that. And I don't know if the guys around here, they've all got deer out in their wide open food plots in the middle of the day. But I never had that before. But now that I have started putting structure in those food plots, structure meaning height, edges, so they feel comfortable, and they literally stand right on those edges. Since I've been putting those in for a couple of years, my perception has been that there is more older buck movement in those food plots in the daylight. So I think that it works, and I think I'm going to continue to do it, and it is absolutely going to be part of my strategy from here forward. I'm always going to be having some kind of height in there, but I don't want the height to be so crowding that the clover and everything and the brassicas underneath there don't grow, nor do they get shaded out, nor do the deer, that it's so thick that the deer can't get in there to feed on it. So my observation right now has been that all right, I planted, everything was planted, and there's 5 pounds per acre of sorghum in here. And I would not go heavier than that, maybe a little lighter, but it seems like it's working pretty well. So that's been my observation there. So really, that's about all there is to this video. Is you can get a few clips here. I'll show you some of our hunts that we've been on. It seems like there's more deer on the property than there's ever been. There's more bucks on the property than there's ever been. There's a lot of young bucks on the property, and I hope that that's a generational thing. Like as we let those young bucks go, they're used to this property. They know it's here. The next year when they're 2.5, and the next year when they're 3.5, they're just always coming to this property all the time. So as that whole class ages and ages and ages, we just get more and more opportunities at older and older bucks. That is the goal right now. So hang in there with us, and we'll see if we can make that happen. Man, I hope that you're having a great season so far. A bunch of you guys probably already have something in the freezer. I know that a lot of guys around here have got a few really nice bucks. And even the guys that are leasing right next door to us here, and that own right next to us here, part of that pressure that we have here, they've already got nice bucks. 3-year-old plus 8 points that they've harvested. But I still see there's still a couple nice ones, real nice ones, running around out here too. And we got gun season coming up in about a week. So we're just in the beginning, and we'll see how things go over time here. And I hope that you're doing really, really well and having a blast. Thanks for watching, and God bless.